And this is what happens when you finish doing a video on setting your brakes and doing casting tests and such. You throw a couple extra at the end. You should have been recording. You catch a fish. Oh, look at that. Talk about cast placement. That is all. That is it. That's reaction strike cast placement. This is why I tell you, he's got me on a bush. Yes, this is why I tell you, accuracy is king over distance. Look at that. Look at that. Right on the edge of that log, cast placement as soon as it hit. As soon as it hit, caught that fish. Holy smokes. That is awesome. That is why you have to pay attention to where you're casting. Worry about that accuracy first and let the distance come second. Good little chunker right there. Getting daring here to get a good release on him. Here he goes. Easy. There we go. Mouth shut, off he goes. Let's go right back to that log. We know there's some fish over there. Just pitching a jig at it, man. The jig, black and blue jig, has been key today. See if there's anything else hiding in there. It looked like I saw some action back here a little bit farther. Don't know if there's fish moving around in here. Coming up on this wood with the real high sun. Makes sense to me they'd be back up in there. There's another little rog right here. Rog? Did I just say rog? It's a riddle rog. Right there, right at the edge of that log. Man, that cast placement was key there. That is why I tell you all so much. Cast placement over distance, and worry about real hard casts. Cast placement is key. A little bit farther up on the bank there. See if there's anything as we come out this way. There's another one. Napped it right there by that wood. I was looking to make sure my camera was on, darted out of there and nabbed it. Too funny. They must just all be pushed up here on this wood. There we go. Third fish right here. Wasn't rolling for the first one. These aren't big. They're just little pound and a half bass, but here he goes, off and in. He gone. But man, this wood is key. You can see there's just a couple clouds in the sky, not much going on, and all I'm fishing are these few little pieces of wood. That's it. Just been right back here, sitting right at this little corner, attacking this one log. There's another little piece of couple logs that come out this way. Just swimming it back and blue flipping jig is all it is, and I'm just swimming it. You can see there I've got a little rage craw on the back as a trailer, black and purplish blue jig in this pretty muddy, yucky water. It's not very clean. Always like to go with a darker bait because it makes a silhouette for you. So let's see if there's anything else hiding in here. We've picked 3 off these few little pieces of timber. Right up there next to that log. Anything off it just a little bit? Anything out there? Come on, fish on the wood. Sun's up high like this, they like to tuck their nose right up to some cover. There's a bunch of lay down wood right here. I'm just dragging it over as I'm swimming it back. Caught 3 in this little pocket off of it. There's another one right on the edge of that log. Right on the edge of that log. What has it been? Wood today has been the key. Ooh, that's a better one. That's a better fish. All right. Look at that. Focusing on the wood. Sun is high. It's middle of the day. Lift him up here. Yeah, that's a good fish. Look at that. Focusing on the wood. Look at there. There's a little 2-pounder, 2.5 pound fish. We'll take little chunks like that all day. Swimming, the black and blue swim jig. I tell you what, the swim jig is something that I did not believe in. The past couple years, I just started trying it more last year and this year it has been one of the most producing baits. Using a dark black and purplish blue swim jig here. Water's pretty muddy, there's not much visibility, and I tell you what, that's what you catch. A nice, subtle way to present that moving bait instead of having a big vibrating chatterbait or big huge blades on it, you know, like a spinner bait. You get fish like that. That's a good little fish. All right, let's get this little chunk back in there. 4th fish off this one set of logs. I almost fell in there. That was awesome. All right, let's get this guy back. Little 2.5 pounder. You want to tickle? You want me to tickle your chin? You want me to tickle your chin, little fish? You want me to tickle your chin? Doesn't know he's let go yet. Look at him. He's like, what's happening? I'm in awe of the Debo. He's just playing. You weren't even out of the water that long. Look at him. Start to rough him up a little bit, and he's going to go, wait a minute. Debo, you're a bully. There he goes. All right, so this is why I tell so many people, focus on cover. Focus on visible logs and wood like this when the sun is high. It can be a tough day, but if you can find cover where those fish are holding, that is what it's all about. Now this has been, I don't know, four little fish here off this one little spot in about 15 minutes. And I'm casting, putting this bait all in the same spots, right along this log. There's another log right up there that I'm casting up against. There's some brush right out here. And I'm just focusing on these fish. It's pretty muddy water, dirty water, but they're just hiding right on all this wood. That's all I'm doing is focusing that. That's where every single one of these fish, I haven't even moved off the bank. Get these bait fish up here around this wood, you know, that's where they're hiding in this grass and stuff. That's where you're gonna find the predators. That's why you'll hear the find the grass, find the bass. Grass holds everything. It's got good green oxygen, you know, when it's nice and fresh. It holds bait, you know, they can lay up in there and hide. They're not worried about, you know, hiding in the thick grass. They've got food there, they've got cover, they can hide in it and ambush other fish. Everything a fish needs. Oh dear, didn't mean to go there. Not a good cast, Debo. No! No! Debo, no! Oh, fudge. I can see my jig. I don't know if I can get my rod around there to it. I might be able to pass it around the tree. That's the one thing, is you don't want to fight it. If it's caught somewhere like that, you're only going to keep pulling it deeper in there, so you want to try to get around. Hopefully I'm not the only one that gets in these silly predicaments. I want to save that jig because it's been fire today. I have to get around that branch. I don't know if I'm going to be able to from right here, because right now I think I'm caught on about everything from here to Timbuktu. See how easy that came off? I just had to go around to the other side. Oh dear, how are we gonna get my rod out of there?